Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture on vectors. In this video, we are going to see how we are going to slice and dice or how we can perform indexing operations with vectors. So we'll take the example which is we have already created in the previous video as a city's population. So this, as you have seen, the variable is already created on the right hand side. So in this case, apart from this, let us also try to create another variable, we can say a vector variable having values of, we can say, apple maybe. So let us take an apple as a variable, and in this apple variable, we'll take the vector values as, so let us take the weight of apple, for example. So 1.2 comma 1.4, 2.4, and 3.4. Basically, we have put four different weights. I'll run this by using the shortcut key Control and Enter. Either I can also run this command from the run option. I'll run this so you can see. Let me just try to select and run because it is trying to run the previous commands also, and that is how it is giving error. I'll just try to comment this. Yep. So this is the variable which is created apple over here. I have run it twice to see. The variable is created, the vector variable is created. I'm having the values 1.2, 1.4, 2.4, and 3.4. These are the values, maybe these are the weights of the apple, for example, in this case. Now, if I want to access any of the elements, if I want to access any of the elements, for example, I want to access the first element. So how I can do that? So I have to write the variable name, as in this case it is apple, and I have to put the location, that is 1. So if I'm putting in this way, that apple bracket square brackets 1, so that means it will give me the, I'm getting 1.2, that is the first value if I'm getting. Similarly, if I want to have the second value over here, I need to put over here as 2 in this case. So I'm getting 1.4, that is my second value. Similarly, this is the way how we can access different elements. If I want to access the third element out of this vector, so I'm getting 3, that is 2.4. So simple, it is very simple. Just try to remember here, the location starts from 1, so it is not starting with 0, it is not starting with 0, it is starting with 1. So it is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there are 4 items over here, and all those 4 items can be referenced by using this. So that is how indexing is done in R, you can say. Apart from this, if you have anything as such, for example, you are trying to access something which is not there in this vector. So for example, I'm trying to access fifth element. It is giving me NA. That means this value variable is not having the item. We can also say this is also known as indexing by position. We can provide the heading as indexing by position. We'll also see, like, we have the other ways also to get the values. For example, if I want to have the range of values, so I will use bracket 2 is to 4. When I'm writing something in this way, 2 is to 4, that means I want the values from second position to fourth position. That is, my second position is 1.4. It will start from 1.4, 2.4, and my fourth position is 3.4. So it will give me the values from second position to fourth position from this defined vector. It is pretty simple. Similarly, if you want to define something like Apple 3 is to 4, again it will give me the values from third position to fourth position of the vector which is created. Apart from this, like, if you want to also have like list of values, for example, I want the first value and the last value in this case, so there is also a way to get that value. I can have like apple is my variable, and this case I can again define a vector inside this. So I'll use the square brackets. I'll define the vector as a C. with a simple bracket, as vector is always using simple brackets 1 comma 4. So that means like we are defining this vector inside this variable to get me the values from 1 to 4. If I run this, so I'll get the values 1.4, 1.2 and 3.4. That means I'll get the first value and the fourth value by this command. So this is also a way to access the element. So these are the different ways we have seen how we can access the element of a vector, that is known as indexing and slicing the elements. That's all for today's video. Thank you, everyone.